fan is surprised to find that the rockets back to Earth have already started launching, which causes him to panic instantly because if he doesn't get on the rocket it means he'll be left alone on the moon. So he immediately drove to the rocket, and as he got closer he realized that there were still 6 rockets left to be launched, which was a great relief to him. But then 5 of the rockets lifted off at the same time. He turned his head and saw that the last rocket had not yet been launched, so he turned the steering wheel and pressed the gas pedal hard towards the rocket. And at the same time, he used his communication device to call on the rocket not to launch without waiting for him. But by now the meteorite debris had already entered orbit and the communication system of the last rocket was jammed. The command did not receive David's call and decided to launch the rocket. David was so frustrated that he couldn't understand why his teammates couldn't even notice that one of them was missing. Coincidentally, the 2 teammates in his neighbor's seat, whose necks were tilted to the other side due to a pillow fall, did not notice his absence. But David didn't give up. He drove the rover towards the rocket over crater after crater, but when he passed the last crater he was surprised to find a huge basin. David tragically fell into it with the rover on board. At this time the rocket is ready to ignite, and when David struggles to get up from the basin but can only watch in despair as the rocket lifts off the ground. When he woke up again, he immediately complained about his teammates, but he suddenly realized that the meteorite had hit the Earth hard and the blue planet was instantly engulfed in flames as if it were an apocalyptic disaster. His eyes were filled with despair and shock. 8 years of hard work, countless days and nights, to prevent the asteroid from hitting the Earth. They developed and implemented the Lunar Shield program. The plan was going very well and they successfully launched the Cosmic Hammer, but a solar storm prevented it from going as planned. With his last hope, David opened up a full channel communication and called Earth over and over again. But after a week, there was still no response. He had to accept the fact that the Moon Shield program had failed. The Earth had been destroyed and he was the only survivor in the universe, and the painful reality left him in a state of deep loneliness. However, the moon base still had enough supplies to ensure that he would at least die alone, with no bystanders in the world. David was free as never before. He decided to set up a memorial hall in the Chinese tradition to honor the Earth and all the dead humans, and he put the name of his crush, his boss, at the top of the list. Not only did he prepare a romantic candlelight dinner for his boss, he not only poured out his thoughts to his boss's portrait with impunity. However, he never dreamed that in the distant Earth surviving boss and co-workers are watching his series of laughable performances through a 360-degree live broadcast screen, translated with DeepL. Calm, free version.